How you doing, YouTube? Matt Massa Beer Reviews back with yet another review. A little bit of low ABV, maybe hazy. I don't know. I didn't open the can yet. Calm down. In the form of Conclave Brewing, it's their Skullflower. This is a 6% alcohol by volume India Pale Ale, courtesy of my buddy Keith. He went down there the other day, and he literally just handed this to me about a couple minutes ago. So we are going to drink it, and we're going to talk about it, because that's what we do here on Massive Beer Reviews. I don't fucking know. What do we have? Yeah, that'd be the haze. Try to get back here in the light so you guys can see it. Big, rich, thick haze. Just kind of like white as white could be nose or head. Jesus Christ. Super tight compact bubbles, like infinitely. It's kind of weird, kind of rocky in the middle, a little bit of creaminess, and yeah, she looks like a big old hazy, but she's only 6%. Right in my wheelhouse. See if we can get a nose on her. Give her the old turn. Yeah, a little soft grassy vibes, leaning slightly green hop pellety. Not getting much as far as a fruit thing, with a soft, very, very soft kind of buttery vibe to it. Nothing too crazy. It smells nice. You know what I mean? With these kind of hazy beers, it's such a low ABV, it's kind of really hard to hide any of that kind of off flavor when it comes to stuff. So that super subtle buttery vibe is not going to get too much in my way as far as me enjoying it. But there's really not much else outside of that grassy green thing. That's not over the top. But it's 6%, so you're not expecting craziness. Let's dive in. Cheers. Definitely elevate that bitterness. That green grassiness is definitely comes through infinitely bigger in the taste than it does in the nose. I said green hop pellet. It's definitely more kind of fresh cut grass kind of greeniness than hop pellet, even though it kind of gets there. You still get a little touch of that soft buttery acid little thing, but it's very, very gentle. It's in the background, totally forgiven. I think this is a little bit colder than I would like it to be. Like I said, my buddy just handed it to me, so I think this is closer to 40 than 50, and I like my kind of IPAs already to start off a little bit closer to 50. I'm waiting for this can to fly off the fucking table. It drinks nice. The mouthfeel is fantastic. That's one of the things I've kind of missed with Conclave and their lower ABV stuff, but it seems like more often than not, they've leaned a bit heavier in the lower ABV realm when it comes to these IPAs, especially the stuff they're canning. I super dig that. And I think each one I've had, it's kind of weird because their IPAs were elevating for me, but while they're elevating, the ABV was pretty high. Then they just kind of started doing these lower ABV stuff, and it kind of knocked back a bit. But now we're walking back up that ladder, and they're getting a little bit more richer, a little bit more where I would like them to be, which would be a really nice sultry, creamy mouthfeel with an impactful kind of bitterness, with a nice hop fruit presence. If you're going to do the whole big hopped away realm, whatever adverb you want to throw at it, you're missing the big fruit component in this one, but I think it plays nice. I think it works nice. There's a little bit of work to be done, but I think it's a really tasty beer. And honestly, this is kind of where my loyalties lie nowadays. Lower ABV beers. If you can give me tasteful and impactful, a 6% and less, you kind of have me like by the heartstrings, and that's where this one's leaning. Sure, maybe it doesn't hit all the marks for me, but it's way better than a lot of the 7% hazies I've had, let alone the sub 6%. So maybe I'm being a little bit picky. I drink a lot of Conclave. They're semi-local to me, so I think it's a really tasty beer. And I think it showcases a hazy with a nice sturdy bitterness. Just want a little bit more from the fruit portion of the show and the hops. Then we're golden. So let's talk about it. Is it one of the better lower ABV hazies I've had as of late? Yes, I've had better, but this is definitely worthy of the conversation. Value and availability, I forget what they cost. They're usually not that bad, like $16, I think, or something like that for a 4-pack. And brewery only. And leave you with, if you like what we like this beer, if you like just big old hazy vibes in a relatively smaller package, this is going to work for you. Like I said, that little bit of subtle butteriness, very small. It's almost nitpicking on my point. And then the lack of the expressive kind of overt fruitiness, while it's not there, you do get a little bit of, typical citrus stuff like that, but it's the bittering leading the way here. So if you get down with that kind of bittering with the hazy IPAs and you kind of miss it, it's going to do you good. So there you go. Another review in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Down there if you want to talk about it. Massive Beers. If you want to check me out doing the social media stuff, Beer Massive. If you want to check me out doing the whole podcasting thing. And hopefully you guys enjoyed our review. Hopefully you're enjoying a little hazy time right now. And we'll see you next time. Cheers.